Hey everybody, welcome to episode 1 of Bedtime Stories with Miss Byrne. I am super excited to start this. One, because I get to share some of my favorite stories with you all that I love, that I grew up reading. And 2, because I'm kind of sort of a YouTuber now, and that's pretty cool. So each night I will video myself reading a story to you, and then I will share it for you to listen to before you go to bed or any time of the day if you'd like. So get on your comfy pajamas, find a cozy blanket, and settle in for the first bedtime story. Now, the book that I picked to start with is one of my favorite authors, Junie B. Jones. This is Junie B. Jones' first grader, Dumb Bunny. Now, I picked this one because it is about Easter, and we're very close to Easter. So I will read one chapter a day, and we will end up finishing the book exactly on Easter Day. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's get started with chapter 1 of Junie B. First Grader, Dumb Bunny. Chapter 1 is called Dumb Bunnies and Clucks. Monday. Dear First Grade Journal. Dumb bunny, dumb bunny, dumb bunny. I am not allowed to say dumb bunny, on account of my teacher heard me call May that name on the playground. And he said for me to knock it off. Only here's something I just thought of. Even if I can't say dumb bunny out loud, I can still think it inside my head. 'Cause heads are silent, which is what I like about heads. I'm going to try it out right now. I put down my pencil and looked at May. Then I squinted my eyes real teensy. And I thought that name to just myself. Dumb bunny, dumb bunny, dumb bunny. May looked suspicious at me. What are you doing, Junie Jones? Why are you squinting like that? She asked. Stop it right now. Stop that squinting. I paused my squint. I'm not just squinting at you, May. I'm also thinking a name about you inside my head. But you don't even know what name I'm thinking, 'cause heads are silent, which is what I like about heads, I said. May frowned. I started my squint again. Dumb bunny, dumb bunny, dumb bunny, dumb bunny, dumb bunny, I thought. After I finished, I brushed my hands together, satisfied. There. That ought to hold me for a while, I said. May kept on frowning. Then, blam! She exploded out of her chair and she zoomed to the front of the room. Mr. Scary, Junie B called me that name again. I know she did. Only she thought it inside her head, and that is just plain sneaky. Mr. Scary was writing at his desk. He closed his eyes and did a big breath. May, what are our 3 new rules about tattling? He asked. You and I came up with these 3 new rules to control your tattling, remember? Can you tell me what they are, please? May stood there a real long time. She did not like the 3 new rules, I believe. Finally, she started to say them. Rule number 1, count to 20 before I tattle, she grumped. Mr. Scary nodded. Yes, May. Excellent. That's the first rule. Go on. Rule number 2, said May. If I still feel like tattling, count to 20 again. Mr. Scary did a thumbs up. Yes, good. And rule number 3? May sucked in her cheeks. Rule number 3. If I still feel like tattling after that, go home, eat dinner, go to bed, wake up, eat breakfast, come back to school, raise my hand to tattle, then put my hand over my mouth and please be quiet, she said. Mr. Scary clapped his hands. Perfect, you've got it. Those are exactly the rules we talked about, aren't they? He said. I'm very proud of you for remembering them. He stood up and walked her back to her chair. You have a great memory for rules, May, he said. But the next step is to actually follow the rules, okay? And I don't believe you counted to 20 this time, did you? I leaned over and tapped on him. I can vouch for that, I said. There was definitely no counting. Mr. Scary frowned at me. I'll deal with you in a minute, Miss Jones, he said. You and I are going to review the rules on name calling. I did a gulp. But I didn't even call her a name, Mr. Scary. All I did was think the name in my head, I said. May flashed her angry eyes. No, you did not just think it, Junie Jones. You told me you were thinking it. And that is exactly like saying it almost, she said. She went on. Plus, you didn't even think it quietly. You thought it so loud that I could hear it in your brain. May looked up at Mr. Scary. My ears were tested last year in kindergarten, she said. The nurse and I can hear as good as a North American barn owl. Mr. Scary stared at her a real long time. No, May, no. I'm sorry, he said finally. But the nurse did not tell you that. You do not hear as well as a North American barn owl. May squirmed in her chair a little bit. Squirming is what happens after fibbing. At least that has always been my experience. After a minute, May put her head on her desk and she covered up with her sweater. Mr. Scary bent down next to me. And as for you, Miss Jones, this is the absolute last time that I ever want to talk to you about name calling, he said. I don't want you to say dumb bunny or think dumb bunny or sing dumb bunny or hum dumb bunny or write dumb bunny. Do you understand? I tapped my fingers on my desk. But then, what am I supposed to do when May is mean to me? I asked him. I have to call her something, or else she won't even know I'm mad. I thought for a second. Then I clapped my hands together. Hey, I know. Maybe I could just think the dumb part in my head, and I'll call her just plain Bunny, I said. Would just plain Bunny be okay with you? May popped up from under her sweater. No, 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 she grouched. Just plain Bunny isn't nice either. My friend named Sheldon stood up. Bunny isn't nice? How come Bunny isn't nice? He asked. I have an aunt named Bunny, and she's very, very nice. Sheldon looked at Mr. Scary. My Aunt Bunny is married to my Uncle Vern, he said. Aunt Bunny has a lot of... Mr. Scary quick held up his hand. Yes, Sheldon, we know. You've told us many interesting things about your Aunt Bunny. But right now, we don't need to hear any more about your Aunt Bunny's skull tattoos, said Sheldon. Please sit down, said Mr. Scary. Across the room, Lucille sprang right up. Well, I love bunnies, she said. And so this subject is perfect timing for me, because I'm having a big party at my giant house on Saturday, and all of you are invited to come. She bounced up and down real excited. And guess what else? A very famous bunny is going to be there to meet you. Guess who it is, everyone? Guess the bunny, she said. Room 1 thought real hard. Then, all of us started to guess at once. Bugs Bunny? Buster Bunny? The Bionic Bunny? Thumper? Lucille rolled her eyes. No, 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 she said. My bunny is way more famous than those dumb cartoon guys. We guessed some more. The Trix Rabbit? The Velveteen Rabbit? Peter Rabbit? We asked. Lucille stamped her foot. No, she said again. What's wrong with you people? It's the Easter Bunny. Haven't you ever heard of the Easter Bunny? She reached into her desk and pulled out some fancy envelopes. Then she waved them around real angry. Do you see these invitations? Huh? Do ya? She asked. These are invitations to an Easter egg hunt at my rich, expensive house. And I was going to pass them out at lunch, but if you dumb clucks never even heard of the Easter Bunny, just never mind the whole thing. After that, she did a huffy, and she flounced back in her chair. Mr. Scary hurried over there. Then he quick got her up, and he took her by the hand and he walked her into the hall. They were gone a real long time. When they finally came back, Lucille said she is sorry for calling us dumb clucks. That is some kind of insult, apparently. Then she took the envelopes out of her desk again, and she gave everyone an invitation. And so, yippee, yippee, hooray, hooray, room 1 is going to a party. There's Lucille, angry with her invitations in her hand. And that is the end of chapter 1. So, we've met Junie B and some of her classmates. She is quite funny, right? And now we know she's soon going to Easter egg hunt party at Lucille's house. So that is all for today's Bedtime Stories with Miss Byrne. I will see you back tomorrow night for Chapter 2. Good night, everybody.